Hey guys, so today's video is not going to be a makeup tutorial, but it's going to be me just kind of talking and I guess somewhat of an advice video. I've been getting a lot of comments over the past couple of months by various girls just asking me how I got started in makeup, how I started freelancing, if I have any advice, how they can start, if I went to cosmetology school and all of that. So basically I just wanted to address everything in this video and hopefully help somebody out there who's looking to become a freelance makeup artist. In no way am I an expert at this. I'm still learning. I'm always still learning, but I just wanted to give my experience and kind of give you guys any advice that I have and tell you things that I've learned along the way. So hopefully this helps. But anyways, I'm going to start off by just kind of giving you guys a backstory of how I got into makeup. So I've always been into makeup. I've literally always loved it. I've always watched my mom do her makeup and stuff like that. So I definitely always had an interest in it. I just never really saw myself pursuing like a career in it because I don't know, I feel like society always made it seem like you can't have a career in makeup. It's just not something that I was ever exposed to, so I just kind of kept it in the back of my head and just kind of played around with it as a hobby. I got into makeup in like 8th grade, and then in high school I started experimenting a lot more thanks to YouTube. I started watching Panacea 81 in like 8th grade, which is many years ago, guys. It's, what is it? 8 years ago? No. 8 or 9 years ago, something like that. That's when I started watching YouTube, and back in the day, like, it was nothing like it is now. There was just like a few beauty gurus, one of them being Panacea 81, like everybody watched her, and I was like addicted to her videos, and she always used this eyeshadow palette. It was by, I don't remember the brands, but I remember it was from eBay. So I ordered it from eBay. It was a 120 color eyeshadow palette, and that thing was like my life. Like, I played with it all the time. I was always experimenting because it had every color you could think of. The shadows themselves like sucked, like the formula sucked, but I just loved that I had all these colors I could play with. So that's when I started experimenting with makeup, was when I got into high school. And my friends all noticed that I was, you know, I guess okay at it. When I look back at my pictures now, I'm like, wow, that was bad. Like, what was I thinking? But, you know, a lot of my friends liked how I did my makeup, so I started doing all of their makeup for, you know, school dances like homecoming and formal and prom. Like my senior prom, I did like, I think 5 of my friends' makeup, and then like literally had no time to do my makeup. But I didn't like treat it like a business. It was just something that I liked to do. I liked to do their makeup, and it was fun for me, and it was fun for them, and they liked it. But as the more I kind of experimented with makeup, the more I realized I could see myself doing this. So when it came to deciding what I wanted to do for college, like everybody like knew what they wanted to do, where they wanted to go, and I was starting to feel really overwhelmed because I just felt like I didn't really have like a true passion, like something that I'm really good at. I mean, now it's makeup, but back then I was like, what is it? Like, what am I really good at? So I did consider cosmetology school, and I really thought about it. I was like, I can go to cosmetology school and see what happens. But after talking to some girls that went to cosmetology school, there's like one really good cosmetology school in my area that like every girl went to. They just said, if you really just want to focus on makeup, you're almost wasting your time, because a lot of the course is all about hair and like more skincare, and makeup is a really small part of it. A lot of the makeup part is just like learning about sanitation and how to clean properly and all that. So they were like, you probably be wasting your time. So after getting that bit of information and also just kind of thinking things over, I realized I really wanted to get a 4-year degree, and that was really important to me, and it was also important to my parents. And I'm not dissing cosmetology school at all because it's not a 4-year degree. That's not what I'm doing. I just realized that it wasn't for me because I did want to challenge myself. I was at a point in my life where I felt like I needed a change, and I just needed to kind of do something kind of scary and different, and I decided to go to school in New York City. And I thought it was really important for me to push myself to get a 4-year degree because I'll be honest, school was never really my thing. I always got good grades, but I always hated going to school, like hated it. I'm just more of a creative person. I hate sitting in an environment where I'm just listening to someone babble on. Like, I just don't do well in that environment. Again, I did get good grades, but like, I just hated school. I've always have. So I was like, if I go to cosmetology school, I feel like it's just like an easy way out for me personally. So that's why I decided to go to a 4-year school. I went to LAM College in New York City, and I majored in fashion merchandising, and I can say the college now because I graduated. So otherwise I probably wouldn't give out what school I went to, but I decided to go there, and everything was all good when I started. You know, fashion was always a passion of mine. I was always kind of known as somebody who was into fashion. I won like best dress in high school. Like, fashion was definitely another huge passion that I had aside from makeup. So I was like, you know what, this is gonna work out. 2 years into school, I would like dabble in makeup, but like I wasn't really paying as much attention to it as I used to, like in high school. And then I remember the day actually perfectly. I was sitting in my apartment in New York, and I just was like so unhappy. Like, I realized the last couple of weeks prior to this day, I was just really unhappy, and I didn't know what was wrong. Like, I almost felt guilty because I felt like, oh my God, like I have this beautiful place I'm living in. I live in like a beautiful community. Like, I go to an awesome school. I'm doing well in school. I'm getting an education, and I felt guilty for feeling unhappy because I was like, I have all these great things. Like, why do I feel this way? And I remember that day, I just kind of sat down and started playing with makeup and like messing around with makeup, and instantly I felt better. It's kind of crazy that just playing with makeup made me feel so happy. And for that hour that I was playing with it, I forgot about how miserable I was and all of that. And I realized I really need to do something with my talent with makeup, because it's honestly something, it's like calming to me. It makes me feel so good. Like, it makes me feel just better, and I feel creative and all of that. And I was like, I need to do something with this. So that day I made an Instagram, I made a Facebook page for, I named my business Makeup by McKenna. I made an email account for business inquiries. I started working on a website, and I decided that I was going to start building up a kit because I wanted to start freelancing. I knew I had the talent to do it. I've spent years and years of practicing and studying different makeup techniques and how to sanitize products and like all of that. Like, I knew that I could do it if I wanted to, but the problem is I didn't have a kit. So I had to start building up a freelance kit. I watched videos on what you should have in a freelance kit. Like, I really educated myself, which brings me to one of my first points. If you're gonna do this, you need to know what you're doing. And if you're not gonna go to school for it, like I didn't, like I'm self-taught, that's fine, but you need to make sure that you are educated and that you know different makeup techniques, because let me tell you something, doing makeup on yourself is 100% different than doing makeup on somebody else. Everyone else has different facial features, different skin textures, different skin tones, different eye space, different eyelids, you know, sparse brows, thick brows. Like, there's so many different factors that go into doing makeup on somebody else, and you need to know how to work with each and every one of those different features on somebody else's face. So you have to practice. And it's not even just watching videos and reading things. Also, you need to practice on people before you go out, you know, doing makeup on others. So I practice on like my mom, I practice on my aunt, my cousins. Like, I just practice on whatever I could. And I obviously practice on myself as well. So that is so important. Make sure you are educated. If you're going to do this and you are self-taught, just make sure you know everything you need to know. And all the information is out there. You just need to get to it. You don't need to school to be a makeup artist. I'm sorry, but you don't need it, because I feel like makeup is one of those things, it's either you have like the knack for it or you don't. Like, yes, of course you can learn something by practicing and stuff like that, but there is like a natural ability that comes along with doing makeup. It's kind of like dancing. Like, yes, of course you can become a better dancer, but you still have to have like that little bit of a natural ability to dance in order to be like a good dancer. So yeah, I just want to make it clear, yes, you don't have to go to school, but you do need to make sure you're educated. So anyways, I started building up my kit. Luckily, I did this around Christmas time and my birthday, so I was able to get a lot of product that way, but I still had to build up a lot more off of that. And then I said I wasn't going to start advertising myself until I had a good foundation of a basic freelance kit. And once I got that, I started advertising myself on Facebook, a lot on Instagram. I have to say a lot of clients that I've gotten have found me through social media. So social media will be your best friend. It's a great way to get yourself out there. There's so many resources now. You can run ads on Facebook and you can pick your budget and the target market that you want to reach and all of that. Like, it's pretty amazing how you can really get yourself out there on social media. So definitely use social media and utilize it, but don't become a makeup artist because you see all these girls on social media getting free products and stuff like that and you think that's cool. Like, do it for the right reasons. You know, I'm not even big on social media at all. I have like, I don't know, like over 6,000 followers on Instagram. And yeah, I've had little perks here and there, like different brands reach out to me, but like my goal isn't, you know, to become Insta famous. My goal is to be a makeup artist, and it just so happens that a great way to advertise myself is through social media. So I do post constantly and stuff like that. So that's one way I got myself out there, and I got business cards made. You definitely want to get business cards. It's so important, and you just want to hand them out to whoever you can. I went to local businesses. I went to a local wedding store, photographer, and just like local places, and just laid out a stack of my cards. And I know it may be a little like weird walking in somewhere and just saying, hey, like, I'm a makeup artist, here's my cards. But you know, you gotta put yourself out there if you want to get anything in return. And even now, I'm still always networking. Networking is so important. Just today I emailed a local photographer, just introducing myself and just letting him know that if he ever needs a local makeup artist, any of his clients are looking for a local makeup artist, like, he could definitely contact me. And I gave him all my information. That is so important to network, and I've learned that through actually college. So a lot of you guys may be thinking, well, how did your fashion merchandising degree like tie into what you're doing now? And right now I'm freelancing and I'm trying to make myself a successful brand and like a successful freelance makeup artist. But I learned a lot about business in my time in college, and obviously that's helping me a lot when I'm trying to run my own business. And it's not easy, but I'm happy that I got all of that knowledge through school. And although I may not be working in a fashion merchandising position, I am using the knowledge that I've gotten about business through school to build my own business. So I'm very thankful for that. Hold on, I dropped something. Okay, I have the little post-it note here, like with everything listed that I wanted to talk about. So yeah, basically you want to advertise yourself, get business cards, get a website made. I use Squarespace. It's a great platform to build a website on. It's so easy to use, and it's pretty inexpensive, and there's a lot of different templates you can choose from. So on there you can upload pictures that you've done on clients. You can upload what you provide, what services you provide, a price list, like everything. You can basically just make the website a reflection of you and your brand. One of the things I want to talk about is, if you're going to be doing makeup, you have to be a people person. It's funny because I'm actually really shy. Like, anyone that knows me knows that I'm a pretty shy person. But when it comes to doing makeup, for some reason, I really break out of my shell, and I'm totally comfortable when I'm around a client. I mean, the first couple times you do it, you're going to be like a little nervous because you're touching somebody's face and you're in their personal space, and like, you know, you don't know them, but it gets so much better. But yeah, you want to make small talk, like ask them if they have kids, if they, you know, what they do as a job, You know, you always want to ask them what kind of makeup they're looking for, if they have any pictures they want to show you, and be very professional and friendly. You want them to feel comfortable. That is so important. And I do also want to talk about the fact that you are going to have clients that are pains in the butt and are really picky and giving you a really hard time. But I just want to remind you to just definitely always stay calm and professional. It's so important because you're representing a business and you don't want to come off snippy or nasty. You have to remain calm. And I know it's hard because sometimes when someone's giving you attitude, like, it's so hard to like be nice. You really want to rip that person's head off. Trust me, I've been there, but you just got to bite your tongue, take a deep breath, and remain calm. You're going to have those clients that are really difficult and want something in particular that you think or you know isn't going to look good. You know, because then at the end of the day, you're the professional and you know what you're doing. And you may have a client that says they want blue eyeshadow all over their lid and you know that's going to look horrible. But instead of saying that's going to look horrible, just say, well, you know what, you know, based off of my professional opinion and just looking at your eye shape and your eye color, I think that this would look a little bit more flattering. If you want, I could do one eye the way you want and then one eye the way I want if this is a trial situation, if you're doing a trial for somebody. And then, you know, you can look at them and see what side you like better. 9 times out of 10, usually 10 times out of 10, they're going to pick the eye that you did and the idea that you had because you're the professional, you know what you're doing. So yeah, basically just always remain professional. What else? I already talked about advertising, social media, networking. Oh, it's going to be really hard to build your business. When you're building your own business, it's so hard to get yourself out there. You know, I started this when I was in college and I didn't have a ton of clients. I really didn't. But it's and that's because I didn't have the resources. Like, you know, I can't be spending hundreds and hundreds of dollars on advertisements and stuff. Like, it's hard in the beginning and I'm still growing. I'm still trying to establish my own business. My goal is to have a team of artists under me one day and sending them out to different jobs, and obviously me going out to jobs too, but I'm hoping to be busy enough one day to actually have a team under me. And it's really hard to get there. And one thing I do want to suggest that I should have mentioned before is work at a counter, a makeup counter, work at a studio. Do something to get yourself that experience of doing makeup all the time on different people. I worked at a makeup studio for like a year and a half, and while I was there, I was freelancing whenever I could, even though it was hard because I was also in school full time. But you need that experience, whether it be a MAC counter or like a Bobbi Brown counter or a, you know, freestanding store, something like that. It's a great way to gain experience. But also right now, aside from freelancing for myself, I'm also freelancing for somebody else. And basically you can find on location hair and makeup businesses that do makeup for like weddings or photo shoots or whatever. A lot of times those kind of businesses are always looking for freelance artists. So for example, I work under a woman that hires me to do different jobs that she can't do. Like, you know, she's double booked or whatever. So that's a great way to also gain experience. You know, I'm still getting experience, and it's a great way if you aren't like at a point where you can freelance full time on your own and make enough money. You know, work for other on location businesses and freelance for them. It's a great way to keep you busy and also be making money. So that's currently what I'm doing. I'm really trying hard right now to advertise myself and get myself out there, but it's not consistent money, and that's something you guys need to realize. Freelancing is not consistent money at all. There are going to be times where you have an amazing month or an amazing week, and there's going to be times where you don't have an amazing week at all. So you really have to budget yourself and just be aware of that. And that's why I said it's a great idea to freelance for somebody else, because when you don't have a job for your business, maybe you could be freelancing for somebody else and making money that way. And although you can't promote your business while you're freelancing for somebody else, it's still a great experience, and you're still getting to do makeup, so that's all that matters. So yeah, I don't even know like how this video is gonna be, because I feel like I was all over the place. But basically my main points are advertise, get yourself out there, network, you know, really make sure you're educated and you know what you're doing when it comes to makeup. Practice, practice, practice. Use social media as a tool to, you know, get yourself out there. What else? Oh, be a people person. Just have fun and go after your dream. And if this is your dream, I know you can do it. I'm still working towards my dream. It takes a long time to get established in the beauty industry. It's like you're constantly climbing different tiers, and you know, people, it's hard because people, like clients, would rather go to someone that has 20 years experience or 10 years experience than someone that has only almost 4 years of experience like myself. Like it's definitely difficult, and even though you could possibly be better than somebody that has the 10 years experience, maybe you are better at applying makeup, doesn't matter, because people are going to want to go to someone that has more experience. So it's like you're constantly working up, and it takes a long time. It takes, you know, probably years until you're really established and can be successful in this field. But it doesn't mean it's not possible, and you can do it. And you know I can do it. And if you guys have any other questions, I don't know if I left anything out, please leave them down below. You know, don't let people discourage you that if you didn't go to cosmetology school or like a makeup school. I've had plenty of people try and put me down because I don't have a license. You know what? I don't really care, because I've proved all those people wrong. And anytime I need a little bit of motivation or I need a little bit of encouragement, I think about those people. Like, for example, I was interviewing for jobs while I was in college because I wanted to work. And I remember I told the lady that I was freelancing, the lady that was interviewing me. And when she asked me if I went to school for makeup, and I said no, and she literally, no joke, told me that I'm not gonna make it in the industry then if I don't have a license. And she was like, good luck with that. Like, just total, you know what I want to say, just a total biatch, okay? And I still think about this woman till this day, because there was a few times during the interview she completely like put me down and was like, you're not going to be successful like if you don't have a license and blah 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 blah. And I was like, you know what, screw you, I'm going to prove you wrong. And I have proved her wrong. And there's been other instances where people have, you know, questioned my ability. You know, you're always going to have those people that are going to try and put you down, but it's good. You know, I'm so thankful I have a supportive family. My parents are so supportive of anything I've ever chosen to do with my life, and I'm very thankful for that, because it's made it a lot easier to go after my dream. Because I know some people probably do have parents out there that don't want them to pursue a career in makeup because they think that you can't get anywhere, but prove them wrong, and I know you can. And yeah, I don't know, now I feel like I'm babbling, but anyways, I hope this video was helpful. Like I said before, if you have any questions, let me know. And yeah, hope you enjoyed. Please subscribe if you're not a subscriber already, and also don't forget to like this video and share it if you enjoyed it. And yeah, I hope you guys have a great day, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye.